Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to another manga read along. I don't know, is this my first manga read along with the new mic? Because that's so cool, and now you can hear me so clearly. Oh, yeah. I'm joking, I won't read like that. We're reading chapter 68, 69, and 70 today. Just the three. It's already quite late, but I should be okay. You're welcome to use any of my music for an AMV. I used to make AMVs. Actually, I made maybe 5. And I really enjoyed it. It was so cool. But it's so time consuming to download the anime just to have like a couple of seconds from each episode. It's difficult. But no, I really like making AMVs. And in the future, maybe I can, if I really feel passionate about the story, I would do it again. I actually do feel really passionate about the one story, Attack on Titan, and I wanted to write a song for the story and ask Eric if he could write the music, but I think I did it too late, and then he got too busy, and now I won't bother him with that. But that was an idea I had. Anyway, for those of you that are watching this later on YouTube, we're about to read. I mean, before we were going to read the manga, we were listening to some music, but mainly I was listening to Dashboard Confessional, and thinking about my days as a 16-year-old angsty teen. But no, now it's time to focus. Buckle down. Whoa, new thing I didn't know about you. Yeah, but it's not that you didn't know that about me. You knew I made some MVs. Oh, but you mean you didn't know that I wanted to ask to do that for Attack on Titan? But it doesn't matter because I never did it. And the world would drown under the weight of things that people wanted to do but didn't. So we can't talk about that. Okay, in the live chat we have a Cherry, Modru, Dave, Sotos, Dark Shadow. I like your hair, by the way. It looks cute with the clips on the side. Thank you. I'm feeling, I wish I had done this from the beginning of the stream because it feels so much better. My hair was really bothering me. Mike is here. And I don't know who else is hanging out with us, but welcome everyone. Oh, by the way, Dark Shadow, I finally finished cleansing the Sacred Sakura. And I did it in the last fight without cheating. I was forced not to cheat. I was swearing like a sailor. Anyway, sorry, something scratched me. Oh, Luke is also here. Hello, 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 Luke. So let's start with chapter 68. Models of titans as well as cannons will be used in this drill. It is a large-scale exercise and some parts of it will likely shock you. However, please do not panic. Stay calm and follow our orders. Excuse me, I'm going to have to leave to begin preparing my store for the day. There's no way you will be having any customers today. Take the day off. Excuse me, lass. A training exercise inside the walls to the north? What's the meaning of this? I think you were swearing more when the cryo cube. Three. The military just captured the royal capital, and now this? There's gotta be a connection. Explain yourself. The military is trying to show off its power to the people. They're saying, now that the fake king is gone, we are your new masters. So, are they forcing us to do this for no good reason? At this rate, I don't care if he was a phony or incompetent. At least that king was harmless. The truth is coming out. Hey, look over there. Smoke? Fire! Boom, 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 boom. Chapter 68, Ruler of the Walls. Okay, so boom, 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 and the rod race is being shot. That's a pretty amazing panel right there. Okay, they're standing on top of the wall. How'd he like that? He didn't bother him in the slightest. Fire! Boom, 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 boom. The ground cannons seem to have even less of an effect. Of course, the cannons on the wall have a much better angle, and they didn't do shit. What's going on? The troops, the weapons, the command structure, it's all been scraped together. Besides which, this is the interior on the north side. They're not going to be like the Wool Rose garrison on the southern front. Look, this is without a doubt the best fighting force we could muster. Yes, I understand that very well. After all, the Survey Corps strategy here is nothing more than a gamble anyway. Just like everything you come up with. Oof, that felt like a bit of a jab. Irvin, I brought it. All the gunpowder I could get, ropes and a net. We still need to put it together. This too. There's another one on the other side. The triggers are locked, so once you fire it, it'll keep reeling itself in, just like maneuvering gear. Wow. So how's the shelling going? About as well as a swarm of cicadas pissing on it. We're really going to use this then? Okay, Levi. Jean, Sasha, Connie, you handle that side. Yes, sir. How to make this? Well, imagine stuffing a sock full of rocks to make a blunt weapon. If I may, Historia, in the event we survive this, you're going to be the queen who rules the world inside the walls. Naturally, it's a problem for you to be on the front lines like this. Do you think the people are so naive they would obey a ruler in name only? Oh, she said, I have a question for you. I have my own thoughts on that. I've assigned myself a mission. I have to carry it out. That is why I'm here now. Fire! Boom, 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 boom. Whoosh. Historia, you have become so strong. I thought that you were weak, but it was the other way around. I was the weak one. Well, you've also been through some heavy shit, but I guess she has too. Somewhere along the line, I started to think that I was special, and that's why I accepted it as being unavoidable when other soldiers died for my sake. It's the same way with my Titan powers. I hated the Titan so much, but I accepted a Titan body as my own, without a second thought. And it was because I thought that its power was my own. That's truly how a weak person thinks. Cherry says, I really liked Historia in this arc. What should I do? Sure, maybe now I can plug the hole in the wall. Does that alone mean I can save humanity? Me, an average nobody? And it's humanity as a whole that's the unluckiest of all for having someone like me as its secret weapon. Whoosh. And there he looks down at 3 kids that remind him of the 3 of them. Hey. The kids in this town. They're just like we were on that day. Yeah. If they think there's no way that a Titan bigger than that wall is going to attack them today, then they're probably going to see the exact same thing we saw on that day. But unlike that day, there are soldiers on top of the wall who can fight back. And we are those soldiers. Woo! Go Armin! That's amazing. Let me take a screenshot of that. That's so... Armin is so great. Actually, I want to screenshot it here. On my computer so that I can put it on Twitter. Armin was also really great here at the start. He a little bit lost lost the plot around season 4, but season 4 greatly focused on the other side. So let's stack them 3 high. And then Eren is looking at Mikasa. And he's thinking about that day. And his eyes focus, maybe like thinking. Intense. Eren, there's no time to be standing around. Your hands need to be moving. And then he punches himself. Huh? Hey, Eren, did you hurt yourself? It's not time for that yet. No, I just wanted to beat the hell out of a useless, pathetic brat. That's all. I hope I finished him off. Nope. You gotta maybe try and hit it one more time for good measure. Boom, 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 boom. All right, the flesh of its nape is exposed. We'll finish it off with this next round. Hurry and reload. Ah, hot. Damn it, this is bad. The wind changed direction. Captain, we can't see anything. Gah, directly below. Fire. Boom, boom. That is him scraping himself up the wall. We were too late. Boom. It's a Titan. Whoa. Did we see his insides like that in the anime? I remember that face. Oh my goodness. Jibby-jibbies. Ibby-jibbies. Whoa. It's so much bigger than the Titanic Titan. I mean, the Jurassic Titan. I mean, the Colossal Titan. Jurassic Titan has a cool name to it. I mean, a cool ring to its name. Kind of, yeah. Anyway, so then everyone's screaming and they're running. Don't move unless you're... Shut up! No! If you all move at once! Retreat! Retreat! Damn it, it's going to break through. The town I grew up in. It's done for. Get down there, Garrison. We'll take over from here. That is so badass. That is, he actually looks like a wet dog, but in such a hot way because it's so badass that he's like given up and they're just dousing themselves with water and let's go, you know? I don't remember his insides being shown either. Flash! A Titan? Dun dun dun. Oh my goodness, it's the first day of a new month. Claim. A Titan? Ready on your command. Commence the attack! No! So it shoots out the stuff. Hits him in the something. And then, oh, they're shooting his wrist so that he falls. All right, it's off balance. Eren, go. Whoa. So if we want to defeat that Titan. Oh, this is a flashback. So now Eren is running with a sack of bombs, similar to a sock full of rocks, is what he said, right? If we want, If we want to defeat that Titan, we need to shove gunpowder into its mouth and hope we get lucky enough to blow up its neck? That's right. If the Titan is hot enough, the gunpowder should ignite and explode on its own, even without a detonator. If the Titan has its mouth wide open like an idiot, that's right. We can't expect a surface explosion to work. We need the explosion to come from inside. Well, he is... So... I don't know if it's going to be careful or what, but the target is dragging its face along the ground as it moves. In other words, it may not even have a mouth to open. That's what we're gambling on this time. Jackpot. Right in its maw. Boom. Jeez. All troops, use your maneuvering gear to finish it off. Oh, so it doesn't regenerate. So they need to go chop it up into little itty bitty pieces. You gotta get the part that regenerates. Even a Titan this gigantic has a weak point that's only 1 meter long and 10 meters wide. Unless we destroy its real body, it will regenerate itself. Once again and create a shield of heat. Don't waste this opportunity. Damn, where is it? Historia! I understand your feelings, but I cannot allow you to fight. Commander, please. That said, I doubt there'd be any way for me to stop you, considering this body of mine. I'm sorry for being so selfish, but this is the first time that I've ever had a fight with my father. Whoa, that's a nice visual, but it's very sad. Usopp's spell. Listen to me, father. When she killed him, she had the memory. She saw. We just need to kill every Titan right now. Why won't you understand? I know I'll be fine, brother. Alma, you're the only one who understands me. Leave it to me, father. I won't let the ghosts of our ancestors get the better of me. Oh, God. So she saw everything. Survey corpse right now. What's her name again? She's from Dorohedoro opening. This is what Dark Shadow... Whoops! This is what Dark Shadow shared. A lot of meaning in this page right here, right? With all the memories. But we'll talk about it more later when we get there. Nikaido, yeah. When we get to a certain part, I mean. Were you the one to finish that Titan off? You're the one who saved our town? Are you okay? Are you hurt? She's not wearing a uniform. What's her posting? What branch? Was that all my imagination? Am I really making my own decisions? I don't know anymore, but it certainly is like me to get swept along by the crowd like this. I am Historia Race, the true ruler of these walls. Dun dun dun! Wow. That deserves a screenshot right there. What a moment. Episode 69. This is Sotos' favorite chapter of any manga. Let me just quickly to make a tweet Woo! Wow, wow. Modru and the Dawn X Oxo liked this. Right, let me show you. Wow, how gorgeous is that? Amazing. Sorry, I actually just came onto Twitter to... I'm seeing something trending that I'm curious about. Oof. I saw something very strange. No, focus. Make the tweet and run. Make the tweet and run. Twitter to me is what TikTok used to be now. It's like forever scrolling. Just interesting. But at least the stuff that I see on Twitter is better than the stuff that I saw on TikTok. Like on Twitter, it's mostly art and then things that are actually like happening in the news and stuff. And it brings up interesting conversations. So. And then Pokemon Go. Okay, so what do I say? Just the part that says, I am Historia Reis, the true ruler of these walls. A great moment in the manga. I'm happy that I am reading it from the start. I hope I can catch up before the last part airs. The last part of the anime airs. Hashtag Attack on Titan. So now all I want to do is add, I won't read past where the anime ended, but I just I just want to read from chapter 1 to where the anime ended before the last part airs. Okay. Tweet. I did it. Now, run before I get caught up in something else. Thank you for the follow. Okay. Chapter 69 begins as such. I never imagined there could be anyone in this world stronger than me. So this is a Titan. I still can't believe they actually exist, and inside the walls at that. Episode 69. Friends. Yuri! Keep holding him there. Wait, Rod. Don't shoot. We know the one who told him about us has something to do with the assembly. We need to figure out who that is. So use your power to make this assassin talk. That's not something I can do. If I had to guess, I'd say he's a descendant of the Ackermans. In that case, he wouldn't need any other reason to turn his blades on me. Wow. He throws the knife and he blocks it like this. Damn it. Come on, forgive me. You're the real king, right? Let go of me. Let me go. Let me get away and give me one more chance. I promise I'll set up a proper ambush next time. When faced with someone so overwhelmingly stronger than me, I was weak. After all, it was the first time I'd ever been in a situation where someone could literally crush me in his grasp. And honestly, I think trying to torture you to death, then filling your skull full of shit was a pretty nice idea. We can blame this all on my creative sensibilities. Violence was all I ever had, but at that moment it had failed me. Looking back now, I don't think I even really cared much about my family's grudge. Huh? That's Yuri. What are you doing? He's an Ackerman. You can't erase his memory. Your only choice is to kill him. And then he goes down on his knees and bows his head. Considering the legacy of persecution we've brought upon the Ackerman line, your hatred is justified. But right now, I can't die. Please forgive me for being a fool who couldn't build a paradise, even in this tiny space within the walls. A king with that much power bowed down to someone as lowly as me. That Titan left me speechless, but this gave an even bigger jolt to something inside of me. I told him then that I wanted to help, and Yuri nodded. At the next assembly session, the guy who squealed to me about the race family was gone, and the guy he had squealed to was there in his place as the race family's dog, sitting back with his legs outstretched. It was my new job. It was a little pathetic, but it stopped the persecution of the Ackerman family. It wasn't as if I could walk around in broad daylight, but my list of enemies seemed to be getting smaller. Kuchel? Oh, if you're talking about Olympia, she ain't for sale any longer. Someone got her sick a while back. Gotcha. Whoa, 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 whoa. You seem to have lost a lot of weight, Kuchel. She's dead. And you? Are you alive? Whoa, give me a break. You understand me, right? Oh, yeah, small Levi. His eyes are so big. This is why he's so short, guys. He was malnourished. I'm not even joking. Sotos that you get enough to eat when you were younger. Maybe that's why you are also so short. Whisper, whisper, whisper. Levi. Just Levi. I see. Kuchel. Guess you're right. It's not even worth telling me your name. I'm Kenny. Just Kenny. I knew Kuchel. Nice to meet ya. A cold little brat on death's door. That's all Kuchel left behind. You know what's sad to me, but it might be very controversial to say, and it's probably too controversial to say. I will say it very hesitantly, and I want to emphasize that it's just my opinion and I don't care what you do or have done or whatever, and I don't think that I'm right on this. This is just how I feel. But to me it's very sad when I hear people talk about abortion like, yeah, the kids should just be aborted because their life would be too sad, like as if poor people don't deserve to live. Or there are people who have outright said, like, if your baby is like has Down syndrome or something, it's better to just abort them. And like, it's so sad to me When I understand how difficult Levi's life must have been up to now, I understand that most children's life might not get better. But I think it's very sad, and I don't like the idea of getting to decide whose life is worth living, you know? I feel like I would rather put my time and energy trying to solve the problems, like, instead of taking away their chance at life, I would rather try and solve the problems like, how do we help kids like Levi? You know what I'm saying? How do we help women like Kucho so she doesn't have to be in a situation like this in the first place, where, you know, it's a very long, deep topic that is very difficult. And like I said, I don't think I'm right on this, but it just makes me sad when I look at like little Levi and I see what Levi himself has done and become. I'm like, how can you tell these people like you should have been aborted because your life is too pathetic or you're too poor? Like, shouldn't our priorities be to help, instead of telling you don't deserve to live? Like, there's so many things that we can do to solve problems rather than just abort. And I just mean the button, like pressing up an abort button. I know it's not as easy as pressing a button. If it were, maybe I'd feel a little differently, but I doubt it. It really is so sad. But I don't think anyone except the person themselves can decide whether or not they get to live. And even then, it's a bit iffy, right? Because if a person is like mentally ill or depressed, they shouldn't just, I'm not saying they shouldn't get to decide whether they live, but it's also, that is a slippery argument because people can be manipulated to take their own life too. And I think there's, like now in Canada, I heard about this thing, medical assisted something death. So people who are depressed, they can go and ask to be killed. I don't know, but the world is heading in interesting places. But I digress. A cold little brat on death's door, that is all Kucho left behind. I wasn't so inhuman I was gonna leave him to die, but I sure as hell wasn't enough of a man to be his dad. Oh. Oh. What a line. There wasn't, I love that. That's so honest and real. And it says a lot. I wasn't so inhumane I was gonna leave him to die, but I sure as hell wasn't enough of a man to be his dad. That is tough. They're developing these death pods where you just go in and the pod will release gas that will put you to sleep. Then you end up dying. That sounds to me like a Matrix shit or something out of Futurama, I guess. Very, because I remember in Futurama there was like phone booths that you go and kill yourself in. But I think a society that's gonna go down in the wrong way. I have seen a woman being dragged into abortion clinics trying to fight against the person like pulling them in. You don't think some sickly, awful shit's gonna happen with freaking death chambers, literal gas chambers? I don't think they're doing it at the moment, but we should both look up to do more research on the topic because I'm very ignorant on it. But it's called MIAD Canada. Medical assistance in dying made. The law are officially in force. You should be eligible for health services funded by the federal government. But the government is funded by the people. So basically people pay for you to die. I don't know, but that's a difficult topic. Let's continue. I have to do a lot more research before I can have a proper conversation about that stuff. There wasn't much I could teach him, but we started with how to grip a knife. Next, we took a tour of the neighborhood, and I taught him how to greet people. I showed him how to swing a mug and how to swing a knife. Oh, look, he's gotten stronger there. He has some meat on his bones. In other words, I taught him what he needed to survive in the underground. If he wanted to leave and go to the surface, he was free to, but if he ever did, he'd have to do it himself. The interior military police? So that's who you are. Sorry about killing a bunch of your friends. And yet the king made you his subject and the bodyguard. Sorry, that was a yawn I tried to stifle. That is how boundless his heart is. Now, hey now, Sonnes, you seem pretty taken with the king, huh? Sonnes. Ah, Sonnes. That is how we are able to do what we must. Are you not the same? Why did you offer yourself to him? Who knows? Probably because he's the strongest guy around. That's right. Being the most important person in this world means that you're the most powerful person in it. All you need is power. Long as you got that, at the very least, you won't meet an end like my little sisters. We do live in a world where that's kind of the bottom line, right? We've created societies where power doesn't mean physical power, but it's still the bottom line. And that's how nature works. But luckily, we have transcended nature to the point where we are critical thinkers. So if we've created a little bit of a better society than, out there in the literal wild, but not by much. Not by much. She says while sipping on a Ben's bubble tea boba cup. Should we say it is much better, but not to all people? It's much better than out there in the wild where we can fall asleep in comfy houses and we don't even have to forage for food. We can just pick it up at the grocery store. We can watch anime. We can read books. Life is a lot better than it is out there in the wild, but not for all people. And to be fair, we have no, if we are talking about in the wild, we have no moral obligation to help anyone else other than ourselves. But I believe in order for a society to function as it functions and continue to flourish, we do have a responsibility towards each other. But first to yourself, then to your family, then to your community, then to the world. And by community, I mean like the people, like, do you understand? Because once you can take care of yourself, you can take care of your family. Once you can take care of your family, you can take care of your community here. And once you can take care of your community here, you can take care of your town. And once you can take care of your town, you can take care of your city or country. Once you can take care of the country, then you can even start to think about taking care of the world. But until you get there, until you can say that the people in my country are really all taken care of, I don't have much longer. That's pretty obvious from the look of ya. You may be a monster, but you're still no match for age and disease. You disappoint me. Not exactly. This power will be inherited by Rod's children. Hi, Grizz. I will surely live on in their memories. What's that supposed to mean? They're inheriting your power? Kenny, not long in the future, this world will be ruined. I want to create a paradise for the surviving, waning remnants of humanity. You believe in violence, do you not? It is an unavoidable truth of this world. But the two of us were on an unstoppable path of mutual destruction. What was it that turned us into friends? Was it violence? Beats me. All I can say is that if you hadn't grabbed me with that huge arm of yours, I would have been stuffing your head full of shit. Before we ever became friends, that is. Yes, it's an unavoidable truth. But I still believe in what happened that day, that miracle. I was never able to feel the same way as him, down to the very end. But as he said, he passed that monster down, and I could see him in her the moment I saw those eyes. Rod's daughter went on rambling about the same things. Love among mankind, this, peace, that. How are you able to keep talking like that? Is it because you have so much power, it gives you freedom? Would we all act the same way if only we had that kind of power? Even me? Yeah, Kenny is a great character. I'm Kenny Ackerman. I was also once known by the lame title, Kenny the Ripper. I slit so many elite military police throats just like yours that it got boring. But a lot happened, and now I've been made the leader of this anti-personnel vertical maneuvering equipment squad. Damn. Nice to meet ya. I can see how you might be confused. I'm sure you're not happy to learn that a homicidal maniac who's never been a part of the military before is your new boss. It does not bother me. It's been 2 years since Wall Maria fell. We've given up fighting the Titans, and now we're fighting over the land humanity has left. That's why we exist, right? This is just, we're following the rules, and reaching the top ranks of the military got us. I'm fine with that. It's pointless anyway. He's got a big smile. Don't worry. The stuff about opposing the Survey Corps is a justification. It's nothing more than the official line I came up with. Yeah, I don't know why there's so much gum in that smile. I think it's just to make it creepy, like, how can you even? A shit way to make those shitheads in the assembly give their approval. I'll have you know that cheering those pigs up and setting up all the pieces was hard work. What's it really for? Well, it's for a grand dream. Godlike power. Everyone who gets their hands on it seems to turn compassionate. Would the same thing happen even to garbage like me? I want to know, what does it feel like? What does it look like from up there? Can a piece of trash like me ever see the same kind of thing that you see? Well, Yuri, Kenny. Oh, it's you. All of your men who fought us have been crushed. Are you the only one left? Looks that way. Captain, report back. I'll be fine on my own. Yes, sir. Severe burns. All that blood loss. You're a goner. Oh, I wonder. I swiped one from Rod's bag. I'm guessing using one of these will make me a Titan. I'll be a stupid Titan. But it should keep me alive for a little longer. You've had the time and energy before this to inject yourself. Why didn't you? I wonder. If I don't do it right, I'll probably turn out all messed up like him. There's no way you'd sit around and wait to die. Don't you have a better excuse? Sure, I don't want to die and I want power, but... Oh, I think I just got it. Why he did that. Every last person I've seen was the same way. Whether it was booze, woman, or even God. Family, the king, dreams, children, power. They couldn't keep going unless they were drunk on something. They were all slaves to something, even him. What are you? A hero? Kenny, tell me everything you know. Why doesn't the first king want humanity to survive? Like I'd know. But it's the reason we Ackermans oppose him. My last name seems to be Ackerman too. What were you to my mother really? Ha! You idiot. I was just her brother. Oh, he thought he was his dad. I was just her brother. That day, why did you leave me? 'Cause I can't be some kid's dad. And then he gives him the injection. Kenny. Oh, and he's dead. Oh. That was good, man. And then the crowning. She looks beautiful. Wow. What is this? Yeah! Oh, everyone's screaming. Yeah! Sorry. Sorry. I am also sad for Levi again, but I was thinking that is very funny. I was feeling we were too sad already. I don't want to be this sad the whole time. Yeah. Okay. See, that's why we make memes. Because life is sad sometimes. Many times. And then we meme. Okay, we need to make that an alert, I think. That girl defeated a titan twice the size of the walls. A bunch of Orwood district residents saw it for themselves. She protected us from the titans with that delicate frame. Her father ruled as king from the shadows, but when he went out of control, she stopped him herself. She is the true ruler of the walls, Queen Historia. Look how sad the paper guy looks. An auto alert for bits. Can I set it up so that only a certain amount of bits can trigger it? Because I don't want to be reading freaking some romance anime or watching some romance anime and then, yeah, that evil demon child pops up. Say it was me who finished off the Titan. If you do, it should bring the people inside the walls together and stabilize the situation. I never imagined I'd actually be the one to stop him. Wow, that she really looks like a queen there. Really, really, really. Hold on. Are you really going to do it, Historia? What? You said yourself that I should. It was the Reeves Company boss's final request, or should I say, final joke. Once you become queen, smack him and tell him this. I dare you to hit me back. If you can let it go, you should. I'm not fit to be queen unless I do it. Yeah, Historia, that's the spirit. And then she smacks him on the shoulder. Bonk. Yeah. Now what? I'm your queen. What do you got to say? Thanks, all of you. Oh, cute. I bet more people are gonna send bets if that alert pops up, just to ruin the moment. Well, I need a Christmas bonus. Okay. I'm joking. Oh, look at that cute smile. Thanks, all of you. I think that's a good place to end it for today. Chapter 69. And then tomorrow we can read 3 or more. 68 or just 3. Let's make it 3. Because we're reading tomorrow more. 68 and 69. But actually tomorrow we should read One Piece. And then we should read more Attack on Titan. No, let's just do Attack on Titan tomorrow. Yeah. We can do 70, 71, and 72. What do you guys think? Because that's a nice place to end. Yeah, it wasn't sad at all. Is it wrong for me to say I feel Levi has suffered the most out of anyone in Attack on Titan, including his OVA? I don't know. There's after a certain point, or I don't think you can measure it anymore. I don't think it's wrong of you to say if you feel that way. I get why. Excuse me. But I feel like for me, there's a certain point where it passes where you can't measure it. It's just trauma. It's just, you know. I never thought I would see Love Actually on the schedule. I don't really know if I've watched it. I'm pretty 90% sure I haven't seen it. But did we have to get into the Christmas mood? But that was a really good chapter. It was called Friends, right? Isn't that the answer to all of life's problems? It's given to us in this chapter. Find a way to become friends. Is that a new mic? Yes, this is not new. Actually, I got a mic arm. So it's just closer to my mouth so it sounds better. And it's not on the table, so I think it's better overall. But I think that this is actually a very, very important chapter. Friends. How do we solve problems? We make friends. And if you can't make friends, just make pacts. I took Mike's arm. Cherry says, I would rather say it's very commendable and inspiring how he still functions and is an amazing person after everything he went through. His morals are probably the strongest and most consistent in the anime. And he was raised by Kenny the fucking Ripper. He had nothing. But he wasn't just, I think Kenny raised him, but also he looked up to Erwin a lot as well. A lot that shaped him. And really, sometimes the people that go through the most hardships become the strongest people, and they solve problems for thousands of others who might not even have gone through even close to the same level of pain. Does that make sense? So that's why I find it, another reason why I find it so, you can't just say your life is too sad and pathetic, you're better off dead. I don't think you can say that. I think it's our, to me, it's our job as a community to lift each other up, to but you can't say that either, because like if someone doesn't want to be lifted, you can't pull them either. But I think everyone at least deserves the chance to, how to say, like I would rather work hard so that every Levi gets the opportunity to get out of the slums, rather than just putting some poison in the water of the slums and killing the whole slums. Because I feel like a little part of me believes maybe it's almost like natural in a way that some people, oh yeah, but that's so difficult. Like, you know how in nature there's like a hierarchy, like the king of the jungle and the and like in an environment when the predator gets too strong, another predator comes in, or if you know how nature balances itself out. So I'm like wondering, even if let's say we do the most horrible thing in the whole universe, freaking, and you say, okay, well, everyone in the slums, their life is too sad to live. Let us just poison their water and they will die slowly, and then there will be no slums and we'll all be happy and good. Then the life will be nice because no one is suffering. I don't think, like, you might remove but it creates a vacuum. And I think it will be filled again. To me, it makes much more sense to focus on, instead of this, trying to make more of like a this. Does that make sense? How do I show this? This is this is a pyramid, and there's people on top, a very, very small elite, and there's many, many, many of poorest, hardest people. So my point is, instead of just eliminating the bottom tier and then eliminating the next tier, because now your life is too sad, your life is too sad, your life is too sad. So instead of eliminating, you have to, as a society, try and through dialogue, through each person doing what they can and inspiring each person to, why is it important for us to do these things? Naturally, it should rather do this, so that there will always be people on the bottom, there will always be people on the top, and thousands, and the majority will be here in the middle. We don't have to eliminate, because the thing is, some people, like, have you seen a country or a city where you offer the people who live on the street, you offer them jobs, you do everything that you can to lift them out, but they don't want it. It's easier for them to sleep on the street, to get money from the tourists, to use the money that they get to buy glue and sniff it. Like, so it's like if that's what some people want, that kind of life, you can't, I don't think you can eliminate people. Like, some people, they're like my dad's brothers. I don't know, but it's family of ours, right? So he used to have like a nice, like a fine business, and he had a wife and a daughter. Everything was fine, and then he started gambling, and he got like addicted, and he lost everything. And his wife kind of like left him. They didn't divorce, but she left him with the daughter, and he became kind of like a drifter. And he also had like war trauma and stuff, or like that kind of fighting trauma. And now, because he knows how tempted he gets because every time he gets back a little bit higher on the back to where his life used to be. He gets tempted again and stuff. So he kind of lives like a drifter now, with like very minimalistic. He's really, really smart as well. He reads many books, and he is kind of like, he believes, I'm pretty sure he's starting this kind of commune thing where they all live together on a small piece of land, and they like communism on a very small scale, I guess. Because it can work on a very small scale, I guess. But it's just like a few people. And so basically like hippies. I don't know. And that's how he lives now. And that's how some people are. Some people don't want more than that. He smokes and he makes some food and he lives on the land, drifts. So that's what I'm saying. You're never going to get rid of the people here. But we can make it better. So difficult. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. And if I didn't say something properly, please just ask a question and be like, can you explain that more? Your thoughts on that? Because these are just things that are coming up for me. I'm not saying, do this. This is going to solve the world's problems. Blah, 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 blah. If you think we should just kill all the poorest people in the world because that'll make the world a better place. Okay. Sorry. I feel like I said many controversial things today and I'm stressed out. I'm going to get cancelled. People are going to take a screenshot of me doing this and saying I'm part of the Illuminati. And now I'm thinking like maybe that's what the Illuminati means. They're like, maybe this is their symbol because they believe that you can't break out of this. And they just want to be at the top. And they're like, fuck all the people at the bottom. We're at the top and we can't get out of this. This is the world. This is nature. This is natural. We are here. We want to be here. Illuminati. Like, what the fuck? What if that's what that means? Sorry. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. What? Who? Huh? I definitely wasn't thinking Illuminati when you did that. Not at all. I don't know what it means. I've never really researched into that kind of stuff, so I don't know what that means. But I'm thinking, if it were to mean something, what if that's it? Because I do, in a way, I do believe that you can't get everyone here on the same line. You can't make equality, to me, as a bullshit fairy tale. No one is born like on the same level. No one dies on the same level. Like, some people want to be at the top. Some people want to be at the bottom. Most people are here in between. I just think we should do better that more people have the opportunity to get to the middle and to the top. As long as people have that opportunity, everyone should have that opportunity. As far as we can, we should work so that we live in a society where people can work their way up if they want to, if they put in the work. But you can never have everyone on the same level because you need to cut off people's legs. You are definitely not part of a secret tinfoil hat chat group or anything. Who said secret tinfoil hat chat group? I didn't. You said it. I didn't say it. No, we have a tinfoil hat group where it's just people that are kind of like interested in these topics and not really judgmental. Like, if you share something stupid, they'll be like, no, I think that's stupid. And then you're like, why? And then they're like, this is why. And then you talk about it. But also not like arguing. Like, even if someone doesn't agree, it's like very chill. It's like, I don't really see that. It's not like, that's why I like the group. Because sometimes I just share things in that. And then someone will share something like, well, this is more info on that. And I'm like, cool, I'll read it when I have a chance. And then we continue with our lives. We're lucky not to be in the dark space. But for people that have a deeper depression, it takes much more to keep going. What was that? Now, if an owl appears outside your bedroom window, you better watch out. Why? What does that mean? Is that the Illuminati thing? I'm not actually very deep into conspiracy territory. Mainly it would be stuff like, like Epstein's Island, and yeah, maybe I am a little bit deep. I don't know anything about the Illuminati now. I just know that they exist and this is their thing, their symbol or something. And I know that this also means something bad, but I do this like, okay. I don't know if that is an Illuminati thing or what, but okay. Just your late Hogwarts letter. Yes. She knows they exist. That is the first step. Yeah, honestly, guys, after some recent events, I have gotten some very recent events. I have gotten a lot more conspiracy hatty, and like I don't trust many people, and I think almost anything is possible. I really appreciate anime that gives the watchers more to think about, especially when there's a bigger picture. Attack on Titan started with Titans, and then boom, we are thrown into a political mayhem. One Piece is the same. I agree. Attack on Titan to me is, at this point, more brilliant than even One Piece in terms of the story. Not the characters and the world, I just mean like the story. Because it is shorter, so it's like more succinct. I don't know how to say that word. Like, it gets its point across more quickly. I don't prefer that. I prefer longer anime and longer shows because I get to spend more time. But I think Attack on Titan is more to the point in that regard. And to me, Attack on Titan, and this is my interpretation of it, I'm not saying I'm right, but Attack on Titan wants to prove a point. And the point that it proves is that, like, you think to yourself, how could people support Hitler even back then, right? And then Isayama gives you Eren. And now you see how people could even support someone as horrible as that. And that's my interpretation. And that's not me just bringing up some bullshit. I'm not saying I'm right, but obviously Attack on Titan has a lot of symbolism from, World War II and even World War I, and those kinds of politics and the war and love and hate and friendship, all this kind of shit, right? So it starts off the story very intentionally with Eren. And it makes people like root for him and care about him. And then even when he wants to destroy the whole fucking world, people are like, I get it. I love him. Let's go. And I'm like, what? What? Okay. I'm on my rewatch with my newbie roommate. We're about to get to the basement reveal. He is not ready. Tatakae for paradise, says Sniper. I mean, we see it today, even with people supporting Ball. So this. Okay. Thank you guys for a really fun and interesting read along. Please feel free to comment any questions. Thoughts and questions are welcome. Name calling is not. No, Ball as in Raiden Shogun from Genshin Impact. But yeah, questions are welcome, thoughts are welcome. Name calling is not, and don't try, if you don't understand something, just ask. If you want me to expand my thoughts on something, Just ask. But please don't do the thing. Try not to do the thing, because I know it's difficult, but try not to do the thing where, so what you're saying is, maybe be like, can you expand on this? And then I feel like that's a better way. I don't even think this is going to get a lot of comments because it's not like 100,000 people watch my videos. So actually, just, why am I worried? It's not that scary. I do think, like, imagine if we were having these kinds of conversations, and there were like 1,000 people. Imagine how difficult it is to talk, because now you have 1,000 people and 30% actually care what you have to say, maybe, and the 30% are just there to troll. Now imagine how difficult it is to talk about these difficult conversations, or to have these difficult conversations when there are just trolls there, and not just trolls, people like making fun, but people that are, what is the word, like, infuriating, people flaming, like they're like, I don't know how to explain it, but they jump to conclusions, and they accuse, and they like, you're a Nazi. Like, what? A lot of people on the internet do that. Like, I don't believe in this. So you're a Nazi. You disagree with me. Like, I'm like, no, I didn't say the word. And then it's like, it's so difficult to argue with or talk to a person like that, because now you're supposed to defend yourself that you're not a Nazi. Like, what the fuck? And that's a tactic. That's how they put you on the defense, because once you're on the defense, how can you make a good argument? Because now suddenly you have to defend yourself. Like, that's bullshit. Whenever someone does something like that, or something like it or similar, whenever someone does that or something similar, I don't even talk to them, because it's like, if that's a tactic you're gonna use, you're not worth talking to. You're too, like, mentally immature to have a productive conversation with. Thank you much for the read along. Enjoy today's chill stream. Take care and see you tomorrow. Thank you, Cherry. Thank you, Mike. I will open the law video and make sure I listen to that while I upload my videos. Jaegerists have to prove that they are not Nazis every time. Huh? You want to murder the world, but your main concern is proving you're not a Nazi? What? You want to murder anyone that disagrees with you about what to do, but you're not a Nazi? I thought... I'm joking. Thank you for a fun stream. I'm glad you had a good day with Yuki and you were able to get a lot of Christmas shopping done. Genshin and Attack on Titan was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy your massage more and have a good night's sleep. I get what you're saying. Let's just quickly, I think this is also an important conversation to have on the topic of Attack on Titan. I get what you're saying. You're saying that Jaegerists, because I was saying you can't just call someone a Nazi when they disagree with you and then put them on the defensive just because you disagree with me, you must be a Nazi, or you're a Nazi. And then you're now on the defensive, and that's like a bad way to argue with someone. Okay, I get why you feel like, oh, but I'm a Jaegerist fan and everyone calls me a Nazi and now I have to defend myself. But like, if you disagree with someone and they say you're a Nazi for disagreeing with me, and they don't like expand on like why does your ideal somehow align with Nazi ideals, then you don't need to defend yourself. The problem is when you believe someone has the right to shoot anyone that disagrees with them, like the Nazis did do, and you believe like everyone that is not in your community, the whole rest of the world should die, is a little bit like, I'm not saying you're a Nazi, of course not, but those ideals seem to be aligned with, and you don't have to defend yourself. If you feel that that's right. But people don't have to agree with you, and you don't have to agree with them. And no one needs to call anyone a Nazi. You're just a Jaegerist. And what are Jaegerists? People who shoot people who don't agree with them. And kill the whole world. Including innocent people. But okay. That's fine, because it's fictional. So, I just wanted to make that clear. Okay, are we... I will give some time for a response because I think there's a little bit of a delay if anyone wants to add anything. So, to summarize, no one is Nazis because Attack on Titan is not the real world. The problem is that it is heavily influenced by things from the World Wars 1 and 2. But what Isayama does so brilliantly is it gives us introspective into both sides, focusing on innocent people that got swept up in it. On the side, we got Eren and the Mikasa, and we got so many people, okay? And then we also, from season 4, we get Reiner and the small Eren girl. What is her name again? So it's like... yeah. I don't know. Gabi, yes. So... yeah. But it's all fictional, so... just because you believe Eren is right doesn't mean you're a Nazi. I don't think anyone said that. And I don't think anyone said that the fans, just because you like Dark Shadow, just because you like a certain character doesn't mean you... I don't know. I don't even know what's the conversation right now, Sniper. Like, what's the point that you wanted to make? It is dangerous to try and justify some actions, though, even if it's fictional world. It makes me very wary of those people because I wonder how they would choose in a real-life situation. Ah, yes, and that brings me back to why I said Isayama is so brilliant, because people often say, if I was in the World War II, like, how could people turn in their neighbors? How could people let the Nazis get away with that? And Isayama shows you how. Because when you think about what happened after World War I, right? I think, Cherry, me and you spoke about it. They were made to pay so heavily. The innocent people were made to pay so heavily for the crimes of their leaders that they were suffering, like, they didn't have food for themselves. They couldn't see, like, our country is defeated because of stupid decisions by these leaders, and now the whole world hates us and we don't have food, and how will we get through this long night, right? So now you get this hero that says, I will vindicate us. I will make us powerful. I will feed you. You just have to fight these bad people. And when you are that downtrodden, when you are that, then you look at this person like, oh my God, there's no other way. We have to fight. We have to beat these bad people. And then You defeat some bad people, but you also defeat the innocent people in between, and then you become the villain. And that is what Isayama shows in Attack on Titan. We got all the sources in our Discord conversation. I think that's when we started talking a lot. It was because of this kind of stuff. Ralph says, on my rewatch, it really feels driven home that in the story and arguably most times in the real world, there's no black and white, good or evil people, just people, all different shades of gray. But that's why I keep bringing up my scale of goodness and the badness. Even if groups of people cannot be good or bad, certain actions pushes you too far over the edge. Isayama doesn't feel he's justifying what people do. Hanj literally said, genocide is wrong, no matter the justification. Yeah, she was very clear. But Isayama's why was I reading with my earphones in for the whole video? I'm not listening to anything. Did I have my earphones in the whole time? Anyway. Isayama never ever wanted to justify anything. He just wanted to show us how it could happen. And also how to prevent it from happening again. There are many advices that we can learn from Attack on Titan to prevent the same history from repeating itself. Like, I don't know, don't blindly support a leader, no matter what. Like, don't deify your fucking leaders. Don't kill innocent people. Like, Armin's character, Kenny and Yuri, there's so much advice for us. And it's not like the author gives us an answer. No, it's advice. It's, this is how it could happen. This is what to avoid. Maybe we could try this. Don't do this. But I get what you're saying, Cherry. Definitely, if someone told me, Japan. Oh, Japan scored. Are they winning? I guess they're watching football. Some people go over the edge for sure, but the person's mentality can be insanely warped over time. And if they go overboard, we gotta call those people out, even if we knew them as a better person in the past. Anyway, that's why Isayama's favorite character is Jean and not Eren. My favorite character at the moment, my favorite character was Eren up until like season 4. I don't remember when it changed, but I was a big Eren fangirl. Somewhere along, I just couldn't support him. It was not a difficult decision to make. The coach of the Japanese team is Erwin Smith. Maybe it's Anya. Levi all the way, says Cherry. Okay, well, for real this time, thank you so much. And thank you, Modu, for the first 2,000 bits of December. Thank you for everyone for subbing. And I will see you guys tomorrow night for Love Actually and more Attack on Titan manga. So we're going to read 3 more chapters tomorrow night. So please come back if you want to keep talking. The same happened to people who got wanted not to get shot got excluded from normal life and were demonized, lost their jobs, and so on. It was the same mechanisms that made ordinary people in Germany follow Hitler. Yeah, I've spoken about this before, but it is true that they brainwashed people to hate Jewish people because they made them believe that they were carriers of disease and that removing them from society was for everyone's best good. So there's a poster that is like propaganda, very, very bad propaganda, where they showed like lice and vermin and stuff. And the thing is, they justified it. Real doctors were saying this stuff, and they justified it because certain diseases did break out in the concentration camps, but because of the horrible conditions they were living in. And so they said Jewish people are carriers of disease. And so I think they made people really, really scared through these kinds of tactics. I can show you guys just the poster. Sorry, I keep saying I'm ending and then I don't, but it's just, these are really important things to know about history. So just give me a second. I want to show you guys this. I have to scroll up because I sent it to someone on Twitter once, and where is it? Wait, I can Google it. Nazi propaganda, lice. Jews are lice. They cause typhus. So I'm not sure if this is the same website that I sent to that person before. So this is a picture of the poster. So this is like supposed to represent a Jewish person, and then there's this lice. It doesn't want to zoom. Oh, there we go. Typhus plamisty. How do I go back? How do I close? Close. So it says here, Nazi propaganda often portrayed people persecuted by the regime as vermin, parasites, or diseases. Nazi ideology focused on the idea that Germany's racial purity was under attack from the blood of weaker people, and Nazi propaganda depicted Jewish people, political opponents, and others as parasites that threatened the overall health of the so-called German racial community. During the years of the Nazi regime, German doctors argued that Jewish people spread disease. Reflecting common themes in Nazi propaganda, these medical professionals repeatedly pushed the false claim that Jewish people were responsible for outbreaks of typhus, a deadly, contagious disease spread by lice. So, and these were doctors that were basically bought or brainwashed themselves, whatever. Yeah, they used a lot of different propaganda to start making people believe that the Jewish people they don't deserve to be amongst us. And so just remember, it all started very small. It was a brainwashing, essentially. And it was very easy to do because the community was so downtrodden, like after the First World War, because, like I said, remember, innocent people don't start a war. If the people who are in control of my country right now is the ANC, and I didn't vote for them, and if they choose to start a war, I have no say in that. I have no control over it. So now let's imagine South Africa's leaders decide to start a war with the rest of the world, and they do horrible things. And then we are defeated. We as the country South Africa, right? And the leaders are defeated. And now me as a country, we are supposed to pay reparations. But after a horrifying war, we have no food, like little food for ourselves, because of what our leaders took advantage. Like even now, our leaders are wasting our taxes when they should be helping the poor people. They are buying homes overseas, multiple homes, like our money is being wasted, right? So now to wage this war that our leaders believed in, they wasted all our money, all our resources, and now we are suffering, and we have to pay reparations. So we are hurt and suffering ourselves, And we are also feeling guilty for what our people did. And now a leader comes and he says, you are not the problem. I can save you. We just have to defeat these bad guys. When you are at the lowest of your low, it is not difficult for some propaganda that creeps into your head to make you believe that there's a bad guy. He's the bad guy. Kill them. Put them in the gas chambers. But it doesn't start with gas chambers. Remember that. It starts smaller than that. So if you think that you are above that kind of brainwashing when you're at your lowest, you're not. Because that is what Attack on Titan shows. Sorry, I just smacked it again. That is what Attack on Titan shows us. That we root for Eren because we've seen what he's been through. You know what I'm saying? But I don't root for Eren because I know that his way will just bring more suffering. But not... But I guess, if he does really kill everyone and it's just him and his friends left, who's left to suffer? Anyway, for real, it's 11 o'clock. I have to go sleep. Thank you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Let's make it 5 again. No, 4:35. Let's make it 4:30, and then I have to finish at 10. Okay? I'll see you guys. Kayla's trying to end the stream 3 times. Yeah. I'll see you guys. What did Hanku say? They beat Spain. Quality for the knockout stages in World Cup. Okay, congrats to Japan. Love you too, Mike. Oh, I thought you meant 5 chapters. No. 4:30, but we end at 10 tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Bye. Thank you. I love you all. And thank you for listening to me ramble and talk about conspiracies. Bye.